Alright, so we're gonna go over pretty briefly kind of how to level as Summonzon and starter gear you can use to get yourself into mapping. And if you're looking for a build guide, you can see all the gear here. I'll post the armory or whatnot. We'll go over my gear later. This is not what the video is about because this needs to be finished off. This is all placeholder gear for right now. Couple things on leveling though. Magic arrow always pierces, so a level 1 magic arrow is going to get you to tombs and to level 18 where you can get your first decoy. I know everyone says go power strike. I got it. Power strike always hits. It's so much ever slightly faster to go power strike and respec, but then you're burning a respec. I never had a problem. Just level 1 magic arrow, dump some points into critical strike, and then start saving them for decoys and Valkyries, and you're good to go. Because at 18 you're in tombs. If you can't get the tombs with your basic gemmed starter bow, I don't know what you're doing. And then by level 28 you got 2 decoys, which is right when you're starting bail runs. And then when you finish bail runs, you got 3 decoys. So I'll tell you, the original plan was I was going to make like a, I love Rust movies, that's my guilty pleasure on YouTube, and I was going to make like a little Rust movie style thing on my season journey leveling, and it was just boring as shit, because I'm playing Summonzon, and I just walked through Nightmare with no gear. I think I made a piece in Nightmare, that was it, and used an edge bow. And any of these little starter bows that have damage and IAS on them are going to do you just fine. I think in Hell I may have made a spirit sword. I think it was Nightmare, somewhere in there, but you can see, I mean, this is literally the stuff I was wearing. I saved it. Getting into Hell, though. Again, you can use these little starter bows, or a Harmony, or a Passion, or anything like that, and look those up on the PD2 wiki. Remember, it is day 1. If you find any Worldstone shards, which I had found a couple, I just went and bought an Eagle Horn for 1 Worldstone shard. That was it. And, you know, walking through Hell was obviously super easy once I had that. I mean, here's a cut of me just doing Hell Ancients. I mean, I didn't even break a sweat, and that's generally where people get stuck on. On that note, what you should do on day 1 and day 2 is walk yourself through normal, Nightmare, and Hell. I know you can get into a group and move a little bit quicker. What's going to happen though, and this happens every time I try this, and Wapinator swears by it too, it's why we both solo walk, you just don't even have the low level runes to make something like an edge, because you've been just getting carried by your group the entire time. On top of all of that, this is not the Sur rune I found, but either Wapinator or I, one of us, always gets some sort of high rune drop walking through Hell the first time. And this time it was me, and I got a Sur rune in Act 2 Hell. That was a huge boost to obviously get things. I think I turned that into the 3-socket G-Skull almost immediately, like a day later. So, walk yourself. You don't need to level as Power Strike, just level as Summonzon, save your respec. And some basic starter gear, like I said, Peace, Spirit Sword, an Edge, whatever bow you want to get, and whatever gear you find is going to be enough to get you through Nightmare and Hell. No problems. Getting into mapping. Okay, don't forget, guys, the best set in the game, and this can be an end game set if you get sockets on the armor and the right corruptions, but the Disciple set. These were all pieces that either Wapinator or I found, or I think a couple of them I might have bought for single Worldstone shards. Those paired with an Eagle Horn was enough to get me into the mapping, and if you guys watched yesterday, that's where I found the 6-socket Wind Force. On that note, okay, you go, oh, you got into this, you got super lucky and found a big ticket item here. No, not really. Again, that Sur rune could have been saved and turned into, say, like a Faith or a Mist or something like that. I was actually going to use a Faith as my main bow until I found that, or an Ebonbane, like I said. So when you're getting into mapping, save your money for that first weapon that you're going to use. Either, like I said, a Faith is actually probably like the most budget-friendly option. I know it's an Omen and a Jaw rune, but think about it this way. You can stick it on your Merc if you don't like it, and it is essentially a 550-ish ED bow with a bunch of IAS on it. You can use it yourself and then just put it onto your mercenary when you find something better. So that is the first level of investment I think you should make, and go from there. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. Arrow changes. Okay, you guys complained nonstop all beta and last season. You didn't like picking up rare arrows, and they have severely nerfed the arrow drop rate to the point now when rare arrows drop, I'm so excited that they've dropped, and I immediately craft some. You want to be crafting arrows at this point. Now those are not perfect. They got a lot of good stuff on them, but I needed 2 skills, and I technically wanted more crushing blow because I'm at 60 and I wanted to get to like 90. On strafe, by the way, attacking very fast is very good. I would favor crushing blow over deadly strike on strafe at minimum. But because the arrows are not dropping very often, just remember your crafting recipes. They use the shields, so like Ith runes and rubies for blood crafts. I think it's what, Eth and I can't remember. I'll have to pull it up. Either way, go type in exclamation point crafting into the PD2 wiki. It'll pull up the crafting recipes. But always be crafting your arrows, and save even the blunt arrows or the lower ones, because they can be upgraded, as you see there with my loot filter, Ralthal, Perfect, Amethyst. So any arrows that drop that are magic or rare at this point, because they're so rare to drop, thanks guys for complaining about that. You want to be crafting them and try to find yourself something. So that's basically it. And actually, as you see, I don't even have skillers. I only have 2. So this is how I like Summonzon, because you do weird stuff with it. Instead of buying skillers, I know those are EDIAS jewels, but they're junky ones. There's like 110 ED missing off that total. But the prices didn't raise yet. They're starting to already on the EDISs. But I got all of those for under 75 Worldstone shards. I think the most expensive one was 25 Worldstone shards. And those were ED damage jewels I found along the way. Crowclaw I bought for 1 Worldstone shard. Crafted those. Bought that for like 2 Worldstone shards. Worldstone shard. Found a placeholder belt, and then 2 Worldstone shards. Like, all of this was pretty budget gear, except for that Wind Force that I found and the giant skull I bought with the Sur rune that dropped. And I avoided, honestly, because I'm walking so well already with strafe, I didn't feel the need to actually pump the decoys, which I'm gonna do last, even after I probably get an Enigma. So super weird. But yeah, you can, like I said, see the gear there, blah blah blah. That's the day update. And then did get the torch and the Annie from running Ubers and clones. So, but no, like I said, super easy. I just wanted to let you guys know there's easy ways to do this, and walk yourself. You can level a Summonzon. Start with the Disciple set and Demon Machine, Wind Force, Eagle Horn. I was also planning on trying to use that. I mean, an Eagle Horn right now, let's say you're struggling, guys. I bet you I can find even like a 6-socket Eagle Horn for like a Vex or an Ohm. And that would be a mid-tier endgame. But yeah, Ohm, there we go. And I mean, look, you can start 3 or 4 Worldstone shards. There you go. That's how you can get through hell. Don't even bother crafting anything at that point. You can get 5-socket one for an Ist, slam a bunch of shales into that, and that'll be more than enough to get you through mapping. I think I've yapped on long enough. Oh, and shop your teleport staffs. They do help the early farming, which helped us get a bunch of keys to start out our Ubers. And on the skipping the passive and magics, I got a lot of flack when I did this on the Poison Strike Necro. Take the easy upgrade. So again, I can spend 10 Worldstone shards apiece on plain skillers right now, or I could spend 10 Worldstone shards on a 25-15 EDIS jewel. Well, that added about 3,000 max damage to my strafe. That is going to be more than, say, 5 or 6 skillers would add in terms of the decoys. So take the easy upgrade when it's there. Don't think you have to have a build plan. It's also why I wanted to show this, that you can build this in weird ways based on what drops. That's sort of the beauty of Summonzon. You never know what you're going to play based on what drops, and your plans change. And you can see I'm sitting at a 10k strafe, nearly max reses, saving up for big ticket items like Enigmas, already on day 3. That's about it. I will finish this off sometime later this week after real life ends, probably next weekend, and we'll see how it does once I get the Enigma on. Speaking of which, last thing actually, Everyone was like, oh yeah, Ebonbane, why are you using that? I told you it was safer and it was better for telestomping. Well, guess what happens when you're telestomping without PDR and without that Ebonbane? Yeah, that's more times than I've died on Summonzon in most of those are mapping deaths. Those are legit deaths. 3 of those were leveling. That is more times than I've died in mapping on Summonzon in the last, 3 or 4 seasons. So, yes, the Ebonbane is very safe for telestomping and will adjust the playstyle for the Wind Force, which is going to be sitting right on the outside of the packs. And I'll show you guys that next week. Later.